YouTube, what's up? I wanted to see how this Fury Druid build can handle Ubers. It's not going to be breaking any records as there's no teleport on the build, but we'll see how it goes. It should be relatively safe with the Act 5 Mercenary and support and 500 plus life. So here we are, we're just going to go for it. First we do Furnace of Pain, because with this build, since there's no teleport, you have to walk. So with Treachery on, walking to Izzy will almost ensure that I'll have Fade proc by then. So first I get Mark of the Bear, and then Mark of the Wolf. I do some Feral Rage to get the attack speed and movement speed up. And then do Fury. So you can already see that I'm faded, which should help. I forgot to cast Heart of the Wolverine, but that's alright. It only helps slightly. I do have the Bone Break Sunder, so all these guys I can do damage to, but I'm just going to try and get through as quick as I can. Trying to skip most of them. But I do want to keep my, basically my charges up. For the fastest movement and attack speed. So Izzy teleported right over. I almost missed that it was even him. It was relatively easy. It was almost no harder than any other monster. I forgot to pick up the brain. That's right, I have an extra TP. And since I'm already faded and charged up, we'll go Forgotten Sands. Now there's kind of a little bug with the mercenaries. He like barely tried to attack at first, but eventually he is, and we got the decrep proc, so that was quick. And then we'll go Matron's Den last. These guys amped up. Not going to be great. You definitely don't want to be amped up going into an Izzy fight, but... Sorry, and you definitely don't want to be amped up going to a Lilith fight. My Merc got ripped. So we'll resurrect him. Those amp damage curses rip your Merc. So once we clear this, we'll rebuff again, just to make sure. This time I'll go cast Heart of the Wolverine. Battle Order again, to give that guy more life. And then Bear form, to get Mark of the Bear again. Still faded. And then go back to Wolfie. Lilith in here is typically to the left. So 5,000 life, feeling pretty safe. You do mana and life leech. Got tons of it. Obviously having teleport would make things go faster, but trying to add teleport on this build, because even if you had a teleport staff, the cast rate frames are so slow that it's like almost not worth it. It's just nice to have that sort of fantasy of no teleport, you just run real fast, melee character, run and slash. So Lilith looks like she's up here. Yep. We are amped up. Not great, but I'll be keeping the Merc alive. My life seems pretty fine. Again, there's no life tap on the build. I'm just leeching and... So yeah, Lilith wasn't really a big deal. And I was able to keep my Merc alive too. So what we will do for Uber Trist is I'm going to swap to Chains of Honor now that I'm faded, and a Wisp Projector for Lightning Absorb. So those are the only two swaps that I'm making for the final Uber Trist. Fill up on full rejuves. So I'll make the portal and get a few more rejuves. I feel like most of the rejuves are gonna be for the Merc. So we'll try and pull Lilith, Mephisto. He's already coming at us, I guess, from the portal, so we'll just attack him here. So Mephisto's going pretty quick. Just keep my Merc alive. And that's it. That was super quick. So we'll take on Baal and Diablo at the same time. Makes things a little easier because you get the decrep proc that goes off for both of them. Baal is kind of hard to hit. You need a lot of attack rating, but seems to be going pretty well. So I'll just keep an eye on my Merc. My life is not an issue. Attacking fast, leeching a lot. So there goes Baal. And then last, Diablo. So just keep my Merc alive. Yeah, don't really need life tap. If you just use some pots for your mercenary and that's it. So yeah, that was pretty smooth in my opinion. I felt really good the entire time and there was no risk of dying. So we'll ID the torch. Pick up the torch. So being faded helps, and then having a lot of res. So you have a lot of damage reduction and res. My fade just ended there, so fade lasted the whole time for Uber Trist, which was good. Probably made things a lot easier. So only 2 swaps on the build. 12-19 Barb. Trash. We'll try and give it away. So yeah, I'll swap back to the original gear that I had. So Treachery was used in this case, and a attack rating and life leech ring. So I'll go over the gear. Death, Decapitator. That's the main thing on the build. Attack rating bonus, 396 enhanced damage, mana stolen per hit, crushing blow, and deadly strike. Metamorphosis for the Mark of the Wolf and Mark of the Bear. +2 Fury, +5 to Shapeshift, and cannot be frozen. High Lords for the deadly strike and attack speed. Gore Riders, obviously. Raven Frost for the attack rating. String of Ears, damage received reduced by 15%, and then magic damage reduction. Treachery for the attack speed and the fade proc, and then attack rating and 8 life leech and some res ring. Laying of Hands for the increased attack speed and the 350 damage to demons. So we have the physical sunder, and then for all the large charms we have an 875, 10 64 40, a 7 8 61, 10 64 40, 10 69 40, and then a shapeshift and fire damage, and shapeshift and lightning damage. For an Annie, we have a 19 20 10 Annie. For a torch, we have a 20 20 Druid torch. And for small charms, all 3% faster run walk, and then 3 20 attack. So 3 3 20, 3 3 20, 3 3 20, 3 3 20, 3 3 20, and the last one is 3 20 15 life. Then on swap, we have a 654 CTA, and then an Spirit. From a Merc setup, using a Cure and a Demon Head, for the cleansing aura and faster hit recovery, and the res, the poison res. Using a hustle so that he can run really fast and then increased attack speed as well as hit recovery. Hustle for the level 1 fanaticism aura that boosts your damage as well as the attack speed. And then Lawbringer for the decrep procs and life leech. So basically you need 146 strength to wear the Eth Monarch and then everything else into vitality. I think I put a few points into dexterity, but it's really not needed to put too much into dex for this build. I don't know what my attack rating was for the Uber bosses, but it seemed fine. For the skill tree, nothing into elemental. Shapeshift, we max werewolf and max lycanthropy, and then 1 into werebear, max feral rage, 1 into rabies, and then the max into fury. Oak Sage, 1 point into Oak Sage, and then max Heart of the Wolverine. We have 7 points remaining, and there's really nothing else that you can put the points into, so you could technically have it maxed out at level 92, I believe. So yeah, that's it. Pretty smooth Ubers. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to do so below. Thanks for watching. Up next is the Barbarian. We'll see you in the next one.